The latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. We start with an exclusive today. Spotify is closing in on Apple Podcasts, and indie podcast apps are becoming less popular. That's according to new data released to Pod News by Podtrac today. Calculated from over 1 billion US podcast downloads in September for monthly audience, Spotify is now less than 3 percentage points away from Apple. However, for monthly streams and downloads, Apple is still more than 7 times larger. The data also reveals that most independent podcast apps are shrinking in users and downloads, that iHeartRadio's app grew the most last year, and a significant difference in the behavior of users on Spotify versus Apple. Facebook has launched an audio hub on their mobile apps, including podcasts and live audio rooms. You'll find it in the Watch tab. Obviously, it's available only within the US. SiriusXM has signed a first-look deal with podcast producer Audio Up for new scripted podcasts. Audio Up also announced it's completed a $12 million funding round. Aussie Media's collapse, or non-collapse, or whatever's going on there, is something podcasters should take note of, suggests Steve Goldstein, arguing that the real winners in the podcast industry will be those with integrity and grace. Audioboom used Salesforce to create their internal sales platform called Lyrical. It does billing, sales and bookings. Salesforce have published a detailed look at the system. And Adam Bowie and Tom Webster spoke at Radio Days Europe with podcasting facts and figures from across the world. The conference announced it'll be in Malmo in Sweden in May, a week before the Podcast Show 2022 in London. And in podcast news, Matt Walsh and Timothy Simons are launching Second in Command, a Veep rewatch today. Produced by Cast Media, each week they will rewatch one episode of Veep and reveal exclusive stories from filming, play trivia, answer fan questions, talk with political commentators about the show's often absurd politics, and more. Launching today, Odyssey and Osiris Media's Breaking Waves looks into the Seattle grunge scene, which defined rock in the 1990s, with bands like Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. They Walk Among America is a new spin-off from the creators of They Walk Among Us, a UK-based true crime show. The creators have renewed their agreement with Acast. But Is It Funny discusses what's new in comedy and digging deeper into what we laugh at and why. It launched last month, produced by Counterpoint Arts. And City of Ghosts is new from Hug House Productions, a neo-noir supernatural audio drama set in 1990s New York City about corruption, murder and the things that haunt us. It was developed and written over nearly 3 years. And that's the latest from our newsletter. For all the links, we're at podnews.net.